Welcome back to Shuttle Tales. I guess I don't know what episode I'm on, but this is Robin. Robin just got in on the MARTA, and we drove across the street to the REI, picked up some fuel. We're going to head on out to Amicalola, which so you're coming in from Canada.
Yeah, from Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah.
All right. You're the fourth Canadian this year for me.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
I got the Canadian Express. Man, I've had a couple guys with a lot of experience and a guy it's his very first time pretty much doing some backpacking.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of backpacking experience do you have?
So I've done one 7-day hiking trip when I was like 19 with, actually two, one with my brother and one with a college roommate.
All right.
And then 4 days on the AT last May from Penmar State Park to Harper's Ferry and back.
Okay.
And then canoe tripping every year for 10 days since I was 15.
Huh.
So the main difference is that on a canoe trip you carry tons of stuff,
right?
Because you only have to do occasional portages of, half a mile or a mile between lakes.
Okay.
Or on a river.
Well, you got to carry the canoe?
You got to carry the canoe.
Look up on your shoulder?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Canoes these days don't weigh that much.
They don't weigh that much?
You can get a 52-pound canoe. And
okay.
you can carry
two
that.
Guys carrying it?
No, one person.
Carrying that by yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really not that
And
hard.
a backpack full of gear?
You'd carry a small backpack with the
Okay.
canoe, and then you have a large backpack for your gear and probably another large backpack or maybe a barrel for food. And you can eat like kings on a canoe trip because weight doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. Wait. But it's not an inflatable canoe.
Nope,
It's
nope.
all right.
It's like a
fiberglass
Kevlar.
or whatever. Yeah.
Usually Kevlar are the light ones.
Oh, Kevlar. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
lots of
don't know
camping
much.
experience. Very little overnight hiking, but I do a ton of day hiking in the countryside around Toronto.
All right. Well, I saw you loaded the looks like a Durston Gear Kakwa backpack.
Yeah, Kakwa 55.
The
yeah.
55. All right.
Yeah.
So you've been out. You've had that loaded up and at least walked around with it, tested it out.
Yeah, I've done. Well, that's what I took on the section.
Penmar section.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Well,
And
what
it
other?
worked really
what other-
well. It's just feels not quite big enough, but that's probably because I have too much stuff.
Yeah, 55 liters should be plenty big.
Yeah.
It's especially once the weather warms up.
Yeah,
you'll
because I've
drop
got
some of
a
that.
fleece
Yeah, go
long
ahead.
underwear,
Yeah.
merino undershirt, gloves. All of those are gonna. And I accidentally brought a second pair of gloves, so all of those are gonna go
Okay.
back. I think probably as soon as I get through the Smokies, because that should be when both the timing and the Smokies are supposed to be. There's more risk of cold there.
Yeah. You might want to. Well, you'll decide. You might want to keep stuff a little longer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first week of March here,
Mm-hmm.
and it stays colder. Longer as you get farther north. I mean, the Smokies, yeah, they're up there, and at like 5,000-6,000 feet elevation, but there's still a lot of Tennessee and North Carolina that's going to have that kind of elevation as well, and it can still get cold. I did a section hike once starting in Damascus, Virginia, so that's the most southern city in Virginia that you'll come to, and I started that hike on April 1st, and we had like snow flurries.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
it wasn't really flurries as much as the rain and the mist with the wind gusts would turn into kind of blowing frost.
Yeah.
If that's a thing. It was cold, and that was one of the days. One of the other days it was 65 degrees out.
Mm-hmm.
It was, but the ascent of Mount Rogers, we walked up it in this crazy storm. It was cold. I had gloves. I was really happy I had them. I also wished I had rain pants that day,
Oh yeah.
and I did not. My legs were really cold. So anyway, play it,
So
play it
play
by
it
ear.
safe, I guess.
Yeah. My thinking for cold weather gear really is Damascus.
Okay.
First, start this early.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying like this is super early either, right? The
No,
first week
I know.
of March.
I remember watching somebody last year who started like February 2nd.
And I've been driving people up since the end of January. This is when it's really. This week is the first really busy week.
Yeah.
It's been a couple here and there.
Time it a little bit before the peak of the bubble, but I know I'm in the bubble.
So I was at base camp yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and they said that they registered 125 people over the weekend.
So that's over 2 days?
Yeah,
2 to 3 days?
well, maybe
Yeah.
2 or 3. Maybe they
Yeah.
included Friday as
Yeah.
well. And yeah, that they had been doing roughly 20 to 25 or so a day since the middle of February.
Yeah.
And Monarch is her trail name, who works at base camp up there.
Yeah.
Was telling me, the registration numbers, like people who've already registered, who say they're going to show up. This is when, there's a noticeable spike, and then over the weekend,
Well, you can look at like, I think going back at least 5 years.
Yeah.
And so I put all that data into a spreadsheet and figured out, what days of the month combined with what days of the week
Okay.
are the best to go within that time window. And
Yeah.
this was technically it was supposed to be the 5th. Today's the 5th, right? Or is today the 4th?
No, I think today's the 4th.
Okay, well, I think I was coming today expecting to start tomorrow, but then when my flight arrived, saw my flight was arriving at 8:30. It's like, well, I guess I can start today.
Yeah, you can start today. You'll have, I don't know how fast you hike, but if you wanted to, you could go all the way to Springer Mountain today. It's 8.8 miles from the arch
Yeah.
to get to the summit, and then another 0.2 miles to the shelter.
Okay.
So 9 miles altogether, roughly.
Yeah.
If you manage to hike 2 miles an hour, you'll make it, I think, or get pretty close to it. We'll be at Amicalola at roughly noon.
Okay.
You should be hiking by 1.
Yeah.
And then say 5 hours of hiking, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Sun will start going down about the same time.
Okay. And it sets quickly in the mountains, right?
Yeah, it depends.
Unless you're up high.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're on the shady side of the mountain, right, it can get dark pretty quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I was thinking I'd get at least halfway there, if not there. Yeah, I got a headlamp.
Yeah, you could always, this Black Gap shelter is at mile 7.5 or so on the approach trail. A lot of people just stop there, get up early the next morning.
What's funny is I got a watch so that I could power my phone down overnight. And so I set my alarm last night on both my watch and my phone. And because I wear hearing aids and I'd taken them out to sleep, I did not hear the watch at all.
Didn't hear it.
No, I heard the phone. So that's my strategy. The whole reason for bringing a watch was that. I don't think it's going to work. So unless maybe I put it right on my pillow beside my good ear.
Well, I think it's good to have a watch just to tell time and look at your pace. I try to not turn my phone on very little.
Yeah.
Right? If airplane mode, low battery, low power mode rather.
Yeah.
And I try to not look at my phone. I just want to conserve all the power I can with the phone.
Yeah.
But if I want to check my pace or see the time, that's good. The watch is quick, and the watch battery obviously is going to last
lasts
as long as
for
you need
5
it.
years.
Yeah, right. As long as you need it. Yours will. I got this Apple Watch that I have to recharge every 4 days roughly.
Oh yeah.
But still, it's doing all kinds of things for me though, right? Doing all kinds of health tracking and monitoring, and it's telling me I have it keep track. It'll give me an announcement every time I go a half mile. It'll tell me I've gone a half mile and how far I've gone. And
it's motivating, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I like eating the trail in those half mile increments. It makes it easier just going than wondering how far I've gone and how much farther I might have to go. Nowadays I'd have to pull out the app and say, okay, where am I in like the far out, and figure out where I am and how far I've gone. But that, as soon as you turn your screen on, that's just like the screen just drains battery.
It does, yeah.
So,
and I have low power mode. I've had low power mode on for about a month, and the other thing that's frustrating is you turn the screen on and it just flips off after like 5 seconds or 10 seconds of not doing anything. So anytime you're trying to read something, it's like, boop, gone.
Yeah, that auto sleep. That can get to you. I know what you mean. So, okay, let's go back to gear. I love talking gear too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Kakwa backpack, the 55 liter.
Yeah.
What tent did you go with?
Durston X-Mid Pro 2.
The X-Mid Pro 2, all right.
Which I got to admit, I like, but I have trouble setting it up.
Okay, well, that's that same experience I had with it.
Yeah, and I emailed Dan Durston, and he sent me back a nice reply with a link to a video and explaining what it was, and I watched the video, and I still, it mostly sets up right, but it has these mesh kind of vents
Yep.
that are about 4 inches off the top and bottom edges, and they're supposed to rise up and face down perfectly, kind of like a shelf, so that
Yeah.
you get ventilation without water.
Yeah.
I have never managed to get the tent up in a way that they properly configure, so that's going to be something if I have a day where I have some extra time, I'm probably going to practice setting the tent up 10 or 20 times until I master it.
I found it to be rather persnickety as well. It was so much so I just sent it back.
Oh yeah.
Still in the return period. I've been using a Z-Pax duplex for the longest time,
Yeah.
and for me the duplex was an easier tent to set up.
Okay.
And I just wanted to try the Durson, and it was the very first Pro 2 when it came out.
Okay.
I had the key they say is when you stake out your floor, the corners, it's got to be at right angles.
Yeah.
I can't see a right angle, and that throws, if it's not like a perfect 90-degree angle, it seems to just throw everything off.
Yeah.
And I never could get the floor quite right and the floor straight, and that just messed with me.
Yeah, it has that weird trapezoidal shape too, right?
Yeah, there's a ton of people that love it. And they're throwing stuff at the screen right now, right? And
Well, I like the
use it if
tent
it works
other
for
than
you.
that one thing.
Yeah, well, we'll figure that out. Just a little adjustment here and there, and eventually, after setting it up, a dozen times or more, I'm sure it'll come to you. But I didn't feel like trying to get through that learning curve when I had a
tent
perfectly.
should not take 2 weeks to figure out. I was on a 12-day canoe trip with it, and I didn't figure it out the whole time.
Yeah, well, keep working on it, man. Yeah, you'll have.
Mind you, I had planned to watch the video on the first night, and then foolishly realized that in backcountry Ontario there's no cell service, so there was no way to watch the video.
Well, the AT has pretty good cell service.
Yeah.
Almost too good sometimes.
Yeah.
If you're up high, usually, or mid-mountain, usually it's pretty good. If you get down in a hole or you're way too up high, way above the cell towers, not so much. But most of the time, I seem to get cell signal if I need it. Yeah. Like there's a shelter, like Low Gap Shelter, where the shelter's way down low, literally. But there's a bunch of campsites, tent sites up top, right where the Blue Blaze comes off the AT. And I've had my tent set up there on section streaming Netflix.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, like 3 bars.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So
do you tend to do tent or shelters or combination?
I tend to tent.
Yeah.
On all my section hiking. When I attempted a thru-hike of the AT back in the year 2000, I made it from here to Virginia, and then I did the Shenandoah National Park, the northern end of Virginia. I didn't set up my tent more than 5 times.
So it was mostly shelter.
Oh yeah, almost all. It's too easy. If the shelter's open, if there was a spot, I went with the shelter. I think the only times I didn't use the times I used the tent is because we weren't at a shelter.
Okay.
I started late, and I was lucky enough where I was at the tail end of a bubble, and so the shelters always had space. And it's so much easier to just throw your sleeping pad down and throw your sleeping bag down. Well, why set up a tent?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
especially in rain, I think that's when I expect to use it more.
Yeah, if you can get there. But you never know. You don't know what you can count on. You might end up getting to a shelter, and then there's somebody who's out for a section hike, and they don't know any better, and they've set up their tent in the shelter on the platform.
I've heard that, yeah.
And you got to be nice about it, I suppose. I've only encountered that twice.
Yeah.
Once was literally on the platform, and once was at a shelter, and it's got this big, large overhang and a picnic table and like this gravel that they poured down, and somebody had set their tent up on the gravel down by the picnic table, and I just worked around that one. But when somebody had set up their tent on the platform, I'm like, you probably knew, you don't know, here's kind of the way we do things out here. And, if somebody comes, they may ask you to move your tent.
And why do you need a tent if you're on a platform that's covered?
I mean, I guess unless privacy, right? Some people, if you're new and you don't know, I guess, right? Maybe you're thinking of like extra privacy, wind, if it's super windy.
Yeah.
There's like Blue Mountain Shelter here in Georgia has one of the best views of any shelter you're going to come to. It sits up high, and it just looks out right through the trees this time of year, you'll see right through the trees,
Yeah.
into infinity, right? The mountains as far as you can see. But the wind does happen to come straight up over the ridge directly into the shelter.
Okay.
So, it can get chilly. Some shelters, they'll hang tarps down in front of them in the colder season. I guess the Trail Club probably does that.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
it's
Yeah,
usually.
nice.
So in Atlanta, we drive fast.
Yeah.
And, maybe everybody slowed down because this cop's, all right,
Oh, there you go.
trying to catch people speeding. All right, fine. I'll take this as a gift. But the speed limit's 65, and we usually drive in the left lane here. The fast lane 75 is kind of expected. Maybe this guy will pick it up.
And so does
whatever.
that mean 75 you won't get a ticket?
Uh,
Canada is usually about 7 miles over the limit. You're
Yeah.
safe, and over that you'll get a ticket.
Yeah, I think 10 miles an hour is probably the line.
Yeah.
I don't want to give any legal advice.
Well, don't worry. I won't be
Right.
driving while I'm here.
I don't wanna
Well, you
give-
can
well,
challenge
that's
the accuracy of a radar
Yeah, you can
within
start challenging.
within a certain error range, right?
Yeah. And there's got to be some economics to it as well. They probably need you to be speeding more so that the fine, it makes it worth their while.
Yeah.
All right. So what'd you go with for your sleep setup?
So I have Thermarest Neo Air something.
Yeah, the yellow or the gray?
The yellow.
The X Lite.
Yeah.
All right.
And
NXT
it's
probably.
it's the tall.
Yeah, the long and wide there.
Yeah, long and wide. That's
yeah,
right.
Me
And
too.
then-
That's the one I carry.
And
Of
then I
vintage.
have a what's it called? It's that thin folding gray foam.
Oh, you want the 1/4 inch, or the probably eighth
Eighth
inch, like
inch,
from
yeah,
Gossamer Gear.
Yeah, Gossamer Gear. That's
yeah,
right.
the 1/8 inch foam pad. Okay.
I don't know if that's something I need, or if it's just a cold weather thing, or if it's mainly to protect the Thermarest from damage coming up from underneath. But it also seems like it'd be good if you want to sit down on a stone somewhere for lunch and it's wet, right?
Yeah.
It's
You
a
just
good
named
protection.
you just listed all the reasons, not all, but almost all the reasons. I think bringing a foam pad in
Yeah.
addition to an inflatable is a smart idea.
Yeah. Plus, it's if the inflatable pops, you've at least got an 1/8 inch of cushioning.
You got something.
I mean, when I was a teenager camping with like a summer camp on canoe trips, mattresses weren't a thing.
Yeah, we just
You
right on the
you
ground.
just right on the ground.
I don't know how we did that.
I mean, well, I was 15, 16.
Yeah, but the ground, even in the summer, and I'm guessing you were in Toronto, you were in Canada,
Yeah.
so it's a little cooler than here in Georgia, maybe.
I
don't
in
know.
the summer, it's like
get hot?
65 to 85.
All right, well, I was, it's like
Yeah.
90.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't, not
It
really,
was-
not at night anyway.
It's like, well, at night maybe maybe at summer camp in the mountains here. I guess it might have got down to the 60s as well. But still, the ground, the earth is just like a heat
It's a heat
magnet.
sink.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just sucks all the heat down. I don't know how we did that.
Yeah.
I've thought about that before. I don't know how we managed to do that. But somehow we did it and we weren't freezing cold. So, all right.
And then a
quilt.
Thermarest sleeping bag.
A sleeping
Down
bag.
sleeping bag. Supposed to be good to -7 centigrade, which would be probably
is it-
20.
Is that a 20? Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I should learn that conversion.
Yeah, well, it's complicated. It's
Yeah.
like subtract 32 and multiply by 5/9.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But like
So-
the basic sleeping bag and sleeping bag, sleeping quilt temperature conversions.
Yeah.
Because I see those frequently enough where it's, a
But you
20
also
is
don't know
7
when you
or-
see those ratings. You don't know if that's comfort or emergency, right?
Yeah, well, the manufacturer should tell you.
I checked their website yesterday
Yeah.
to try to figure out what it was, and it did not say which one it was.
Or they don't tell you if that's the one that keeps you comfortable or alive.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a tough one to try to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard good things about the Thermarest bags.
Yeah.
So you should
I didn't
probably
even
be
know
all
they
right.
made bags until I went looking for one.
Yeah, I guess they've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have a little inflatable pillow. I forget what brand it is, but on canoe trips we'd get these pillows from mainly from MEC, which was the Canadian equivalent of REI, but then it went bankrupt and got bought by a corporation.
Huh.
But they were pillows stuffed with kind of foam,
Oh.
little bits of foam,
Yeah.
and so they were quite heavy. And this one weighs like, I don't know, an ounce.
Yeah, hardly anything.
So
then.
I really like having a pillow.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm the same way.
yeah,
Just a little inflatable pillow. I always let a little bit of the air out, get a little cushion in there.
Yeah.
At first I was blowing it up hard as a rock. I'm like, this thing sucks.
yeah, yeah,
And then it occurred to me, let a little air out.
yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, all right, I'm locked in now. All right. So I know you're cooking because you just bought the
Yeah.
8-ounce
I was originally planning to, so
canister.
I've been vegan for the last 5 years, and I was originally planning to try to be vegan on the trip.
Okay.
And so I had planned to prepare all my own meals and drive down to Ohio where my brother-in-law lives and deliver, like, I don't know, 20 or 30 boxes to him, and then he was going to mail them for me. But after doing a lot of reading about it, I just came to the conclusion that mail drops, other than one or two strategic ones when you're coming up to a food gap but you've got a post office, it's just not worth it, because you spend so much time trying to coordinate being in the town when the post office is open.
Yeah.
So I ditched that idea, but I had already prepared a bunch of dehydrated meals myself. So I've got about 7 meals in my pack, 7 dinners in my pack that are just like add boiling water.
Okay.
And then I think I'm
Did
gonna,
you prepare those yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
yeah,
great.
Yeah, and then I normally eat a lot of beans and lentils. Beans are not doable on the trail because they take so long to cook, but I'm thinking if I soak red lentils during the day
Okay.
and then bring them to a boil and boil for maybe 2 minutes and then let them sit. I made a Reflectix cover for my pot.
Wow. All right.
So let them sit in that and they'll stay warm. They'll probably cook enough, and if they don't, I will know from the level of gas the next day, and then I can just adjust the cooking, my gas that is,
Yeah.
and adjust the cooking time a little bit longer. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see if that's feasible. It might go, I don't know how much fuel it'll go through, but
Yeah. You might now. I can see why you wanted to buy the 8-ounce fuel canister instead of the 4. You'll see what
because
happens.
on canoe trips, I'm used to eating really, really well. right?
Yeah,
like we bring
it's a little different.
back before I was a vegan. We would make cheese fondue on a canoe trip. We would make mac and cheese. We'd make chili, like all from ingredients, not from an MRE.
Oh, yeah.
So I realized that's not doable on the trail, but I still think you can. I remember reading one person on Reddit talking about being on the trail and doing actual home cooking.
Oh,
And
wow.
he said everyone else on the trail, everyone else at the campsite would look at him with envy as they could smell the onions frying or the garlic frying or the spices simmering or what have you. So I don't know. It'll probably strike a balance between MREs and a little bit of home cooking.
We got lots of time to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I figure the first couple of weeks is just trying different things and seeing what works. I found when I did my section hike, I found I couldn't eat. And I think that's pretty common at the start, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
the first
exerting
couple
yourself
days,
a lot, and your appetite just vanishes.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
got to try to stuff myself.
Very common for
Yeah.
that to happen. I don't know why that happens.
I think if you think about it, when you run a marathon,
I have not done that.
well, I haven't either, but I know when people run a marathon or when you do a lot of exertion, you kind of lose your appetite because your body is switching into kind of, maybe it's fight or flight mode, and so because it sees you're exercising a lot and it thinks you're fleeing danger, so it says don't waste any resources trying to eat, so it just kind of kills your hunger. That's my harebrained theory.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this one up.
Yeah, but anyway, I know that runners tend not to want to eat while they're doing a marathon. So I think that's part of it. Is if you're doing 25-mile days and you haven't done them before, your body's just not used to that level of exertion. It says don't eat.
Huh. Well, I'll figure that one out. Do some research.
As soon as I got
some
off the
homework
trail
now.
again, I was starving.
I'm sure, because
Yeah.
your body was. It's like, okay, now you're sitting around. It's time to eat.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So, water filtration.
Sawyer Squeeze.
Sawyer Squeeze.
Yeah, and I got the little blue cleaner ring so that at a hostel I can clean it out, but I didn't bring any of the cleaning gear.
Oh, the back flush it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you can hook it up. I mean,
So
if you have the blue coupler or whatever,
yeah, it's
you
like
can just
$2
hook it up.
$2 and a quarter ounce or
Yeah, I
something.
think you can
so.
hook it up to a
Just the kind of thing you
any
can't.
regular like 28 millimeter top.
Yeah.
Can't you just squeeze the bottle backwards?
Yeah, and then I brought 2 smart water bottles.
Okay.
And then somebody recommended getting like a 2-liter foldable bag. I don't remember the brand, but I think it's made in Japan.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
we'll see.
I think that's a good move. So you'll have roughly 4 liters of water capacity.
Yeah.
You probably won't need to carry that much.
No, I hope not.
You probably most of the time won't need to carry more than 1 liter.
That's like 4 liters would be that'd be like 8 pounds of extra weight.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
2.2 pounds per.
I mean, there was one point on the section hike where I had to go a kilometer off trail down to a shelter that was way down a hill to get water.
Far. A kilometer.
Yeah.
Too far.
Yeah, it was a long way, but most of the time you could find water relatively easily. So
yeah, at least in Georgia you will. I mean, between here and Virginia you will. That's what I know the most because that's what I've hiked. But in Georgia for sure, and we've had enough rain lately. You'll see all kinds of water I would think that it's not even marked on far out.
No, okay.
Yeah, 1 liter most of the time. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, take a look. Take a look at far out and see where they are, and and then read the comments to make sure that people are saying the water is good to go.
Yeah,
you'll be fine. But at camp is where your 4 liters will really shine, because fill up, right? Get 4 liters.
Fill up once for the night, right?
Yeah,
and
fill up for the night.
The morning and for your first few hours of hiking the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. All your cooking at night, cooking and brushing your teeth or whatever you want to do, and cooking whatever you want to cook in the morning. That ought to do you just fine. So tell me about your layering system, what your clothing and all that. I'm curious.
So I have smart wool long underwear and smart wool long sleeve zippered top.
Okay.
And then I have a polyester t-shirt and a polyester shirt. This thing here.
Oh yeah.
And these are old. These are canoe tripping clothes, so they've got a few burn holes in them.
You look nice in this thing. You go into town, people wonder. You won't look like hiker trash. They'll get all kinds of first class service.
Just wait till it gets dirty, right?
Right. All right. So the pants. So you usually hike in pants, or do you usually hike in shorts?
I hiked in shorts when I did my section hike, but I'm just kind of concerned about ticks. I don't know what the tick season is like, but
it's not yet.
These are all coated in permethrin, so
good.
Once it's tick season, I'll probably try to wear these unless it's unbearably hot.
Yeah.
And then when it's unbearably hot or when I'm out of tick area, I have a pair of jogging shorts that weigh next to nothing.
All right. So if it gets a little colder, what do you put on then?
So then I have a fleece.
Yeah. What fleece did you go with?
Oh, it's I don't.
If you remember.
It's probably Columbia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's quite thin. I was surprised. One thing I found when you're shopping online for all this gear is the weights that they claim on their websites are usually underestimates.
Yeah, or there's for the men's small.
Yeah, so I ordered a fleece from REI and I ordered a shirt from REI that claimed to be lighter than the fleece and shirt I had, and when they arrived they were quite a bit heavier. So I'm back down to gear that I've had for 10 years or more.
Well, you probably order large or extra large, is my guess. You're tall.
Yeah, for uppers I can do medium or large.
Oh wow, yeah.
But for lowers I do large. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've got a fleece. It's a pretty light fleece. It's not heavy, not thick.
Well, that's probably good though, because it'll.
Like I do cross country. I was cross country skiing in minus 27 centigrade, which would be probably minus 20 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Okay.
A few weeks ago.
That's cold.
And yeah, I mean, I was wearing that same layering system plus a puffy, and I was okay. As long as you're moving, it's not bad.
Okay.
And then a Montbell rain jacket.
And what puffy?
Oh, some
that you're?
piece of crap I bought at a department store that's gone bankrupt, like most of them have.
Is it a down puffy or is it
No,
synthetic?
no, synthetic.
I like the synthetic idea for the AT.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people buying down for the AT, and it's like, it's so moist and humid out here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you.
It makes sense
It's
for
not
a
a layer-
sleeping bag, I guess, but not for. It doesn't make sense for anything that's going to get rain on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that you should be hiking in your puffy anyway out here.
Yeah, it's more for a camp, right?
It's more for a static layer when you're not moving. But the fleece, a lightweight fleece when you're moving, I think is a great idea. My fleece that I had for years and years was your standard Polartec 100 weight fleece, or I actually have like a Patagonia R1 Air fleece, and those weigh roughly 13, 14 ounces each in my size, and they're too warm. I had to unzip all the way, and I'm spreading it open like I'm Superman, and it's still just too warm.
Yeah, I think mine is around 9 ounces.
Yeah, well, that's light. I ended up going with something else this year that's a little lighter than that. The Z-Packs Octa fleece, which is, it's ridiculously light, and the air goes right through it. Somehow it kept me comfortably cool at like 30 degree-ish, freezing, close to freezing kind of temperatures with a base layer on. I could not believe how warm. How comfortable, I guess. I wouldn't say warm, but just comfortable. I was really comfortable in it, and so I was like, I'm keeping this thing. Yeah. So, all right, so then the puffy. Yeah, puffy keeps you warm when you're just sitting around camp or if you're on a long break. Yeah. And then what'd you say, a Montbell raincoat?
A Montbell raincoat and Montbell rain pants. Yeah, they're super light.
Nice.
Like they weigh like 3 ounces each.
It sounds like you got a good setup going.
Yeah,
You'd be comfortable out there.
And
how many pair of socks you carrying?
2 pairs of Ingigis and 2 pair of wool ankle socks.
In addition to what you wear, or total?
Oh no, 2 total. So one of each worn and one of each carried. And then I also brought.
So you wear a pair and you have a backup, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I mean, on canoe trips, I noticed this. I will often pack 5 pairs of socks and 5 pairs of underwear for a 10-day trip, and at the end of the trip I've worn 1 pair of underwear, don't tell my wife that, and 1 pair of socks.
She might watch this now. You've come clean. You've outed yourself. I had nothing to do with it.
so yeah, I didn't bring too much on that front.
That's
and then
good.
and then I also brought compression stockings because I normally wear them, but I'll have to see if my legs are okay. I'll mail them home.
Yeah.
Because that's just, if I don't need them, it's just added weight. If I do need them, I need them. But it's also it's hard to hike that far in compression stockings. They can kind of chafe and bruise your legs.
Well, that sounds miserable.
Yeah.
It sounds like something you should just send home right away.
Well,
that sounds
yeah, but
terrible.
if the alternative is your legs get really swollen and painful,
well,
then maybe you need them. So I brought them. I'll try them. I'll wear them if I need them. But that would be 3 pairs of socks, because you still want the toe socks, right?
You do. Some people do. I don't.
Oh, you don't use them?
Nah.
Yeah, I've heard they're supposed to prevent blistering, although I don't tend to blister.
Yeah, if you don't tend to blister, you may not need them. But I mean, the only way to test I wouldn't test it now. I would have tested that,
I wore them on the section hike and they were fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you wore them, but the way to test is try it without them.
Yeah.
But then if you get a blister, then you got to deal with a blister out here.
Yeah.
But there's a couple different schools of thoughts on how to deal with a blister once you get one. Prevention is key.
Yeah.
Right. So wearing the toe socks or putting the Leukotape or I use KT brand.
How does Leukotape help? Like you just put it on where you feel chafing?
That's it. You just put it. So you put it where you might. Well, let's just talk about prevention, right? Put it where you would get where high friction area is, right? So the back of the heel, right? Some people have between the toe issues. But I can't do it between the toes. That's why I don't wear toe socks. It just feels too weird to me, and I can't get used to it.
Yeah, they're hard to get on too, especially my pinky toe is
it's all aimed
always curled down, and it's it takes 2 or 3 minutes to get that.
Well, you
whole sock on.
You could get. I mean, some people just use a little Vaseline. I like the squirrel's nut butter it's a salve. You know,
Mhm.
it's green. You can rub that on your toes, and that
Oh,
just
really?
lubricates them all day long. Yeah.
Mm.
So they're lubricated. They're not going to rub, and they're not going to. I
Right.
don't get any blisters that way.
Yeah.
But KT and Leukotape it's essentially the same thing. I mean, it's just a sticker.
Yeah.
It's just extremely water resistant, and you can just put it. I mean,
So then the friction is taken by the tape instead
That's
of the
it.
skin?
Yeah. It's just rubbing on the tape instead of
Okay.
the skin. I mean,
That's
you just
interesting.
literally put a sticker on your skin.
Mhm.
But some people, you know, if you still get something, you know, and you get a blister, you know, some science and first aid says don't pop it. You know,
Yeah.
just I don't know what you put your blister prevention over it. They say don't pop it because they don't want it to get, I guess, infected or introduce foreign bodies into it. But I'm in the other camp, which is pop your damn blister, and
I would
put
say
some
pop it if you can tell that it's going to pop anyway, because then you can control it, right?
Yeah, I just
Like if
think
it's in
pop
an
it.
area that's going to get a lot of pressure, you know it's going to pop.
Yeah,
right?
pop it. It's gonna pop, or it's just gonna keep getting worse and worse and fill with fluid. I say
that
pop it and wrap it.
That would be everything on the foot, come to think of it, because your foot is enclosed and banging around a lot.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the pop it, and I carry a little antibiotic ointment.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get them. I mean, I don't get blisters. But that's you know, I guess I have years ago. But I still carry antibiotic ointment. But that's the school that I'm in. If I get one, then I'm going to pop it as soon as I can. Safety pin, pop it, put some first aid ointment on it, and get the Leukotape. Well, for me, I'll keep promoting the KT tape. I like it better. It's pre-cut.
Okay.
And I don't have to wrap it around anything.
Oh, okay.
It's just pre-cut strips. And I can cut them smaller if I need to.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just carrying Leukotape, you got to, you know, take some off the roll and put it around a trekking pole or a lighter or a straw, whatever.
I just
people
put it around
use.
itself in my first aid kit, but I've got.
Did you just roll it on
Probably
itself?
got 2 yards of it.
Yeah. All right.
Get more or something. Get KT if.
Well, that's plenty.
Run out of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I find the KT stuff easier in stores around here than just the
Easier to
Leukotape.
find?
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
I haven't found the Leukotape in a store. I saw it on Amazon, but I already had the KT tape, and it did the trick.
Mm-hmm.
I had a new pair of leather fashion boots. I don't know, fashion. Anyway, just like not hiking boots, just like boots to wear on, and they rubbed my heel.
Oh yeah.
So I got to test out my KT tape. It was great.
Yeah, that's funny. I never knew that until preparing for this hike.
About
all these years of
tape.
Occasionally getting blisters, never knew.
People used to use a product called moleskin.
Yeah.
Which
well, that's for I guess if you are feeling the chafing or if you're getting a blister,
yeah. But you know, like prevention's a much better idea.
Yeah.
I just make it part of my routine.
But I did get a blister on our canoe trip last summer, which was weird because
in your foot?
Yeah, on the bottom of my foot, like not even on a friction area. It's kind of like in the sole. And I don't know how I got that, other than just the foot getting wet. But one of the people on the trip was a paramedic, and she had those blister packs, those things you put on a blister. It's kind of a gel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, that just was amazing. They put it on, it's like the blister's not there, and it stayed on for a week.
Huh. Yeah.
And I was swimming every day, and it still stayed on. It worked really, really well. So it was like, okay. So I bought like 8 of those, brought 8 of those along, so that if I do get a blister, I can cover it up with that.
Yeah, it sounds like you got that. You got blister prevention and care down. You should be okay, and that's important.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you've heard it. Clearly you've done some research here. Your feet are important.
Yeah.
Right. Without your feet, it's not going anywhere. All right. So what's the big fear? What are your biggest concerns or biggest fear? Yeah, man.
I don't have too many fears. I guess one thing that I was going to do an 8-day section hike, like hike south 2 days to Harper's Ferry, 2 days north to Penmar, and then hike north 2 days into Pennsylvania and back.
Yeah.
And I kind of gave up, partly because I wound up being back at my car at 6 p.m. and it was just like, oh, it'd just be easy to get home. And partly because I was told Pennsylvania is known as Rocksylvania.
Right.
And there's like a 1 mile section of the trail in Maryland near Penmar that I think it took me probably half an hour to do that 1 mile.
Yeah, wow.
Just really, really lots of medium and small sized rocks, and you just go very slowly.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
And but the other reason was that because I was doing it May 8th, I was before the crowds, and so I hardly saw anyone. So I was, one of the things I was hoping was meeting up with other people and the social life on the trail. And I think I wound up talking to 3 thru-hikers total.
Oh.
And I went to a hostel in Harper's Ferry, and there was only, I was the only person who was staying there that night. There was one other person who was staying there for like a week while they waited for a new iPad to be delivered because they were blogging on the trail.
All right.
But yeah, it's just like, it was kind of lonely. And so I'm hoping that going now kind of somewhere along the bubble period that there'll be lots of people to chat with and get to know.
Certainly for the first, I guess between here and Damascus, right? That first 500 miles or so.
And then it kind of
thins
averages out.
Well,
yeah.
people start quitting.
Yeah, that's
more
true.
and more start quitting, and it starts thinning out just because of that.
Yeah.
And
I heard that.
and
I heard that something like 25% or more quit after the first 25 miles.
I think in Georgia, yeah. Let's just call it Georgia. I mean, there's 80 miles or so in Georgia.
Okay.
Not like 87 with the approach trail. Hey, by the way, this is the last civilization you're probably going to see for a few days.
Okay.
You got a lighter?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go.
Stove lights itself, but I brought one anyway.
That's good. Just want to make
know.
sure.
Yeah.
This is the lighter gas station where
okay.
I've taken many a thru-hiker.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Because this is it. You're not getting anything if you don't have you got
And
your water,
I've
your
done
lighters.
a canoe trip without a lighter.
Yeah. All right.
That was,
it's
that
not
was
like there's.
challenging. You just had to beg somebody else for matches.
Yeah, you can yogi for a lighter, no
Yeah.
problem out here. I'm fairly convinced I could start a thru-hike in the middle of the bubble, let's say March 15th, without any food,
Yeah.
and make it to Neil Gap
Just by
every
hiker boxes and what people are trying to get rid of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
going up to other hikers and just being like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I completely left my food. I was in such a hurry and I was so excited.
I'd give you a meal. I brought too much food.
Right, I said, do you have anything I can eat? And I think people around me would be like, yes, thank God you're here.
Yes, because I brought
Yeah.
more than I should have.
You need 4 days, roughly.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot of people have like 5 to 10.
Yeah,
I know this because I've been
brought 7 or
driving
8.
them up.
Yeah.
Been driving people up here for
and
so
part
long.
of it is so food anxiety. Being hungry is
Okay.
one challenge. So
So kind of
I tend to
loneliness
need-
and boredom.
yeah, and,
All right.
and then food anxiety. I tend to eat every 2 hours, and I tend to need to eat something before I go to bed, and then eat something in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So snacking at night is hard when your food is in a bear box or up a tree.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get over that one.
Yeah.
I know what you mean too with that. I've faced that
Yeah.
same thing myself.
And I can. I actually, for a couple of weeks recently, I basically stopped eating at dinner time and didn't eat until like 8 a.m. So I can do it. But yeah, I kind of worry about having the right food, the right amount of food, and I don't want to resort to eating junk food because I know that's what a lot of people wind up doing, right? Is getting the high calorie, low nutritional content.
Yeah, junk
Food.
food. There's junk food, and then there's trash food,
Yeah.
right, which is even worse stuff, like honey buns.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
like honey buns have a ton of calories. It's all carbs.
Yeah.
It's all sugar. It's all carbs, and
Yeah, you need fat and protein.
you
too,
need
right?
fat and protein. Exactly. Like that's. I mean, I've looked into this a little bit. Like carbs burn fast while you're moving, like high energy or high output.
Right.
But it's the fats and the proteins. Well, the proteins will help you keep you from burning your own muscle mass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, and the fats and proteins, they give you that long sustained kind of thing. So
Right, yeah.
for breakfast, I mean, you need a good balance.
Yeah.
But if you're eating just like carbs and carbs and carbs, I mean, I noticed when I was on my first thru-hike attempt, a Snickers bar was great to get up a mountain. and then 45 minutes later, I felt terrible.
Yeah,
Because
interesting.
you just
yeah.
crash.
The sugar high and then
That's
a crash.
it. Yeah, that crash was horrible, and so I learned.
Your blood floods with insulin, and then
Yeah, so you learn. Yeah, you get the spike, and so I learned. Okay, I need to eat something different here. And,
Yeah.
you know, start eating more meat. You know, I don't know. What do you? So you're gonna go vegan.
I am
So
vegan,
you're getting-
but
so
I'm
you're-
planning to go vegetarian, meaning I recognize that it's pretty unrealistic to
Yeah.
not eat some dairy.
So how are you? What are your biggest sources of protein then while you're out here?
Nuts.
Nuts.
Nuts is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to eat nuts. They're really good for you. They're also like they've 700 calories per 100 grams, which is one of the highest densities. I think olive oil is 900. That's the highest you can get.
Yeah, I hear olive
nuts
oil
can be
insane.
650 or 700. So that's a big one. Lentils, if I can figure out a way to cook them, because they're
I guess you gotta slow or soak those.
soak them. If you soak lentils, you should be able to cook them in like 3 or 4 minutes.
And
You soak 'em
that's
beforehand.
if the water's boiling. So, because one of the things I think about and is conserving fuel. So
Yeah,
anytime I cook anything that requires boiling water,
Yeah.
once the water is almost at a boil, I never get a rolling
Yeah, there's
boil.
no value to getting it to a boil,
Yeah.
right? You just want, when you want to see the
The little bubbles.
first 3 or 4 bubbles appear, then you're good. Because
Yeah.
otherwise you're wasting all this energy getting it from liquid to gas,
Yeah.
which doesn't do anything for the cooking.
No, you don't need a rolling boil. Just
Yeah.
and then put it in the pot. I will cook stuff in the pot if it's not already in its own bag made
Yeah.
to rehydrate in.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'll kill the flame and
Yeah.
just put the
And
lid
do you
on
have,
it.
do you have something to cover? Or do you
Nah,
just, yeah.
nah, I just put the lid on it and I just let it soak. Let
Yeah.
10 minutes, whatever it is, 10,
Yeah.
12 minutes.
Yeah.
And I mean, but I'm talking about doing ramen type stuff. But I
Yeah.
would think, ramen or mashed potatoes or whatever, nor pasta sides, or all the kind of
Yeah, I brought some of those.
yeah, the kind of stereotypical hiker food. But if you're gonna do lentil, I mean, I've cooked lentils at home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta simmer those for
Well,
like
what
20
lentils,
minutes or
what
so.
lentils were you doing?
Some
Red?
type of red lentils, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. But I mean, it's like a simmer, like a 20-minute deal, I think.
Yeah, but did you soak them beforehand?
No.
Yeah,
Right, so that's the deal. You soak stuff for several hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a
It
cold
makes a big
soak.
difference.
I
Like,
would
I know-
think. Yeah, I would think you get them, just get the water almost to a boil.
Yeah.
Dump them in, and you could probably. I'm curious. You get to try this without telling me. You can message me later. Be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just killed the flame, let it sit for 10 minutes, and they were good.
Yeah.
Instead of eating the fuel. Otherwise, you'll learn. I gotta keep the fuel on it. And,
Yeah.
For another couple minutes.
And yeah, if it winds up being that I got to carry like an extra ounce of fuel per meal, that's still a reasonable compromise.
It's
I
not
think.
bad.
If-
I was. Sorry, I cut you off.
because like I brought some curry powder
Yum.
and some garlic powder, and you can and some dehydrated sun-dried tomatoes.
Okay.
And
You're,
so you
you're
can just,
so
you just
gourmet
throw
out
that
there.
together with some lentils, and it's a very satisfying meal.
Yeah, this
I could
is
eat.
very-
It's basically it's dal. It's served in India,
Ah.
almost with every meal. It's like having bread here. You have dal with rice, and then you have whatever dishes you made. So I could see eating that every other day, even if I can find red lentils. I don't know if I'm going through a small town that only has a Dollar General or a garage to buy food from. I
Right.
won't find them, but if I'm in the bigger towns, I'll try to stock up on them once I figure out that it's a doable recipe.
Yeah, if you get a grocery store, a real grocery store, get a bag. Some lentils.
And I've heard people do dried, like dehydrated cooked beans, like pinto beans or black beans.
that
I
have,
don't know where you get them.
that have already been cooked and then dehydrated.
Yeah.
I've never.
You can order them online, but I don't know if you can get them in the store. Like
Yeah,
there's
I don't know.
like you can get dehydrated refried beans.
Huh? I didn't
You
know that.
Just add water.
Well, I'm sure you can. I mean, you sound like you're the kind of guy that needs to soak stuff during the day while you're hiking.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought a 1 liter Nalgene specifically for that. Oh,
Oh,
cool!
nice.
You got trees in flower already.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Yeah, we got a foot of snow in Toronto.
A little bit. Some of these are flowering, yeah. So we're going to turn right here, and then you'll see this ridge line up ahead of us. That is the approach trail.
Oh, okay.
So that's,
Oh, that's exciting.
yeah, so Springer's off to the right a little bit. Let me look where I'm turning here, huh? Yeah, once we get around the turn over here. But Springer, according to my Peak Finder app, is off to our right.
Mhm.
and then Amicalola is way down here to the left, and you'll come up, and then pretty much this
Peak
is your
Finder app.
yeah, it's an app
that's
you can
cool.
yeah. I think mine. I think there's one called Peak Finder. I've been using one called Alpine Peaks.
Okay.
Yeah, you just aim it, and it
that's
shows you.
neat.
It just shows you the ridge, and then it's just like labels. It's like this is
That's really
Springer,
cool.
this
'Cause
is
I wonder when I
Blood.
watch people's videos,
Holy
and they're
cow,
saying,
how do they know?
That's this place I got to get. I'm going to be there in
I
half
highly
a day. It's like,
recommend.
how do you know?
There's 3 apps that I really find useful.
Yeah.
4 now.
Yeah.
I'll start with the first one. The first one is nodog.net. That's me.
Oh, that's the one you made. Yeah.
It's the weather app I put together.
Yeah, okay.
I'm really enjoying it.
So you a
testing
programmer?
out. No, I used to be a product manager for a e-commerce company at the end of the
okay.
90s.
Yeah.
So I didn't code, but my job was to tell the coders what the product should do.
Yeah.
So instead of telling humans, I just told AI, here's what I want it to do,
Yeah.
and it did it. And so anyway, so the nodog.net, and then so Peak Finder or Alpine Peaks is the one that'll help you tell you what you're looking at, right? What mountain you're looking at, and then you can go, oh yeah, I was on Hawk, or I was on Blood, or oh, that's the big giant mountain I'm going to. Then there's Seek, which I think it's National Geographic puts it up, but basically you can aim your camera from within the app at anything alive.
Oh yeah, I've got
and
that.
it identifies that.
Yeah,
I love
pointed
that.
at you, it'll say
Human.
Homo sapiens.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Merlin, which is
I've got that
which
too.
is the one, the bird call app.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
Like
yeah,
both of those they're just using massive data sets and pattern recognition.
Yeah.
I love Seek because you don't even need to be connected to the internet, and it just somehow it knows like 70,000 plants and animals.
It's got it all built in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So look at this.
Wow.
That's the approach show. You're gonna be hiking that, man. That's your new home.
That ridge?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, like one of these off to the right is Springer.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Suddenly it's mountainous.
Right? We just all of a sudden we're there.
Yeah.
That's the way it works. We slowly get out of civilization, and then now you won't see. I mean, the next time you see after you leave, Amicalola Falls, you won't. Unless you get off trail early, you'll get to mountain crossings and that one building there at mile 31.
Mm-hmm.
Usually people get there somewhere around the day 3, day 4, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
And some people get off earlier and they go visit one of the hostels. You do what you got to do, man. Whatever, the whole listen to your body. And
yeah, I think that's key. I've read so much, especially for older people. Like you got to be really careful.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
64. Turned 65 in April.
Okay.
But yeah, you got to be careful not to overdo it.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
Take it slow at the start because your body's still getting used to it.
It sounds like you'll be able to stick to that. A lot of people have a
know.
tough time.
Guys.
Don't fall into the trap of when
Yeah.
you get to camp. You finished your 8 miles for the day, and it's 2 o'clock, and you realize, well, the sun doesn't go down for 4 hours or whatever, and you decide to go add another 3.5 to 6 miles to your day, and don't do that 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
It'll hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm forming Team Ocho this year.
Team Ocho?
Team Ocho. Yeah, we're just going to do 8-mile days.
Okay.
At least from here to Franklin, North Carolina. That's
Okay.
winding stair gap mile. I think it's 112. That's it. That's my plan. I don't want to do more than 8 miles a day.
Yeah.
I'm in no hurry. I got plenty of time. I'll be able to do longer miles.
Oh, so no plan to you stick to 8 miles a day at first?
Yeah. Oh, at first. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then-
For like the first, 3-4 weeks, something
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
Whatever it takes to get to. I'm sure I could divide by 8.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like 8 miles. There might be a 10-mile stretch, but really 8.
Yeah.
That's the goal, man. That's the goal. And then anybody that wants to pass me, I'll wish them good luck. That's it. That's what I
Yeah,
want
I'm also
do.
not used to hiking in the mountains, right? Like around Toronto.
Pretty flat.
It's somewhat. There are slightly hilly sections, but nothing more than this, right?
Okay.
So it's
Well,
gonna
yeah,
be-
this
it's gonna
where
be
we're looking
different.
at here is fairly just kind of rolling hills.
Yeah.
But you're about to, when we get to Amicalola, I'll give you a lay of the land, and I'll show you where the approach trail starts, where the arch is, and then kind of drive it to like the first 2/3 of a mile or so.
Mhm.
Before you would get to where there's like an inclined walkway, and then you get to the stairs. You've heard of the stairs
Yeah.
at the falls?
Yeah.
You get to the stairs, which you gain about 800 feet of elevation overall in that first mile. The first 2/3 of the approach trail, or the first 2/3 of that first mile, is pretty much flat.
Yeah.
As far as flat gets on the Appalachian Trail. So, and then you get mostly ups today.
Yeah. I did I guess 5 days of day hiking in the Alleghenies last year.
Okay.
And I noticed that, usually I can do 4 miles an hour in the Toronto area. But I think there was one day where we spent 3 hours doing 3 miles. Like, it was just excruciatingly awkward terrain, right? You're basically hiking up a steep riverbed through rocks.
Oh.
So I've got to remember that when I hit the mountains, not to imagine that I can do 4 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's a fast pace there. I hike at 2 miles an hour, no matter what.
Yeah.
That includes breaks. I should slow down, really.
Yeah.
Because I still get to, at 2 miles an hour if I'm trying to do 8 miles or 10 miles in 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, if I start hiking at 9 in the morning.
Done by 1.
Yeah, I mean, leave camp at 10 a.m., which is, everybody leaves way before then.
No, I talked to guys who said they said, yeah, if you can get up at 4 instead of 5:30, that's like 6 extra miles. It's like, but who wants to wake up at 4?
Early on, who needs that? Yeah, who wants to wake up at 4? I mean, I don't know where if you get into that rhythm later on and you're trying to push big miles, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it, but this is too early now. Well, so what are you really looking forward to? What's one of those things you're just really looking forward to?
I first learned about the AT while visiting North Carolina and thought, let's go hike a section of it since that's a trail. And there were some trail angels on the road where we put in, and we stopped to talk to them. And then there was a couple of thru hikers that came through, and then I also met several thru hikers on my section hike. And everyone I talked to about it just said it's a transformative experience and it'll change who you are. And seeing as I'm about to turn 65 and pretty close to retirement, I'm on a leave right now.
Okay.
I thought, well, it's a good opportunity to have an adventure and see if it changes who I am.
Okay.
And I love being in the forest, and everything I've seen of the AT so far has been just strikingly beautiful. So, I'm just hoping to enjoy some beauty and being in the out of doors and maybe changing.
I think the 600 miles I did in the year 2000 definitely changed who I am.
Yeah.
And I kind of got away from that through, I guess, other life choices and not doing as much hiking and backpacking. And I too am really looking forward to becoming, I guess, no dog again. Getting out there, the spiritual transformation again, or just not relying, but just the kindness of strangers and just the kindness to fellow man.
Yeah.
I think that's nice, man. Oh well, we're about to turn in here to Amicalola. If some people like to take a picture of this sign, if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna just hit the thing here and let the guy know I'm gonna stop here for a second. They can go around me if they want to.
Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Some places I think you should take pictures. Otherwise, I think, otherwise take pictures of people for sure.
Yeah.
Like I was
That's
looking.
what matters most, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. I was looking through some of my old pictures recently from my attempted thru-hike, and there's like a picture of a deer. I'm like,
Yeah.
who the heck
Who cares?
All right. Hey, just dropping off my thru-hiker today. I'll see you later on too.
You got another one?
Yeah, I got to go back and pick up another person. I forget if
yeah?
it's the guy or girl. Yeah, and then come right back up. It's a busy day. Two a day today.
Yeah.
So this is obviously the visitor center, and then we'll just do, like I said, I'll give you the standard lay of the land, then I'll bring you back here. And
okay.
We won't want to forget your battery. The arch, right, is behind the visitor center, and then base camp is behind there as well in the little conference room. You might be able to see it from here. It's all right. You're
Okay.
going to see
Yeah.
it. Anyway, you go through the arch, make an immediate left.
Okay.
The other trail is actually closed right now if you go straight, and so you don't have to worry about making a wrong turn. And then the approach trail itself is blue blazed. You're familiar with white blazes.
Yeah,
and
White Blaze is the main trail.
Yep, white blaze. So obviously you can't get to you got to follow the blue blazes for 8.8 miles and get up to Springer. So
Is that
follow
part of it here?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
read my mind. You can see the little blue blaze on the wooden walkway here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it comes over here and
Yeah, cool.
yeah. So this has been flat, right? Since yeah, and then it
This is starting to get a little bit.
yeah, it crosses the parking lot, goes down there by the little creek. That creek is what the falls becomes. This creek.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then, but you going up there. That's
Yeah, okay.
the stairs get you up there, right?
Okay, yeah.
I'll show you there. Yeah. And the lodge is up here to the right. I usually tell people you probably don't need to take more than a liter of water with you for the first mile. I mean,
Okay.
it's a mile from the arch to the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
And then from the top of the stairs to the lodge is just like a little side trail, maybe 0.1 of a mile. And you can go in the lodge and hang a left on the first hallway, and there's some water fountains. You can refill your water. Yeah, but go ahead, man, take a picture. But the approach trail picks up this concrete sidewalk, goes across the wooden bridge, and then you just follow it up to the stairs over there.
Cool.
And then keep following the blue blazes all the way to Springer Mountain. Have fun
Doesn't
there.
feel real, you know.
Oh man,
Been,
yeah. How
2
do you
years,
feel?
2 years of planning.
2 years of
Like,
planning, and you're
here we
here,
are.
man.
It's
You're
amazing.
you're about to put. Well, it's not boots. What are you wearing for shoes for this thing?
I'm wearing Solomon Speed Cross Trail Runners.
Nice, man. So you get almost time to put trail runners to dirt.
Yeah.
Very soon. Yeah, we'll get you over here at base camp. I'll take your picture for you at the arch.
Thank you.
I don't know how many strangers are standing around, but why ask a stranger when I'm here? We're trail buddies now.
That's right.
So
how did you get your name?
I started my thru hike with my beagle, a 6-year-old overweight beagle, and on day 5 I got him off trail.
Oh yeah.
And then I skipped a little bit to try to catch up with people I'd been hiking with, and
Yeah.
several times I would be pulling up on a shelter or wherever, and somebody go, "Oh hey, it's Dave," my real name, and they go, "Hey, it's Dave," and no dog, and like 2 or 3 times, or just like, "No dog."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I'm no dog."
So are we supposed to call you No Dog or No Dog?
Yeah, right. Just no dog works. If you put your accent anywhere you want, everybody will know it's me at this point, I guess. Yeah, as we come around the turn, if you look to your right, you'll probably notice the arch sitting over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There you go, man.
Cool.
Yeah, it's real. All right. Well, Robin, a little fist bump there. It's good to meet you. Nice chatting with you, man.
Yeah. it's
Wish
been
you a great hike. I don't think I'll catch you, but maybe. Maybe I'll catch you out there. Who knows how fast I'll go.